Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh my goodness, what a week. Week 10 of the NFL was pretty awesome, right? I mean, it started out with Thursday Night Football last week, where the Panthers get their revenge tour, basically, taking it out on the Falcons, earning a great game. Honestly, I just gotta say, the Panthers, man, they're a much better team than what they look like right now, but, they gotta figure some things out. Anyway, starting things off with that 25-15 victory at home over the Falcons. Solid job for those Panthers. Maybe they're waking up. Maybe it's too late. We'll see. But anyway, on to Sunday. We had our first game in Germany, and man, it was a good one. Oh yeah. Tom and the Bucks are looking good. They had a very tough first half of the season, but you know what? Hey, they look pretty solid on Sunday. 21-16 over the Seahawks. How about that victory? Seahawks, it's crazy. They're having this weird up and down season, but we'll get to them. Vikings over the Bills. All I gotta say is D-line, y'all. D-line in the trenches all day. What a game. Handing the Bills another loss of the season. They haven't had very many of those. The Vikings will be a strong team going into the second half of the season. 33-30 in overtime. Lions over the Bears. Yeah, that's not a test, y'all. Lions over the Bears, 31-30. Isn't that something? How about that on the road? Titans over the Broncos, 17-10 in a pretty solid game. Chiefs over the Jaguars, 27-17. The Jaguars fought pretty well. The Dolphins earn another victory this week, 39-17 over the Browns. The Giants are looking great, 24-16 over the Texans. See, the Steelers, my goodness. I didn't think they would win this game, but they did, taking down the Saints 20-10. The Packers win one in overtime at home, 31-28 in overtime. The Cardinals 27-17 over the Rams on the road. Who saw that coming? The Niners take care of business, 22-16 at home, and the Commanders earn a victory, shutting down the Eagles, giving them the first loss of the season. You are now tuning in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA to the grand slams of the MLB to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, here we go, y'all. My goodness. I didn't mention the Raiders in the introduction, but they suck. I mean, I don't really want to start off there, but yeah, I usually skip over them because, they're the first team on my little ESPN feed here. Since they're my team and they're a later start team. And I don't want to sound like this biased jerk who just mentions his team first every time. So I tried to skip them, but I was running out of time and forgot that they're back up at the top. But yes, the Colts, with a first-time head coach and a first-time coach in the NFL. The last thing he ever coached was high school football. Yep, Jeff Saturday. Legendary player, Hall of Famer, a guy that I have tremendous respect for, but I'm just saying the Raiders are, they probably should have won that game just because of all the chaos going on with the Colts, even though they played hard for their new coach. They suck. So yeah, they fell to the Colts 25-20. Okay, so enough about that crap. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but okay, so good morning to Mr. Adam Karnick in the chat room, by the way. And yes, Adam, it has been an ongoing theme for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, where I have just been mentioning over and over that, the East is where it's at, Adam. So great way to start off the show, because that's exactly right. Yes, so Adam says here in the chat room, good morning. The East is where it's at? With the question mark? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. This, as I said a couple weeks ago, my goodness, guys, the East is the East in both divisions, in both conferences, okay, has been dominant. But it was supposed to be the West. I mean, my gosh. I remember on 3 and Out, on 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days earlier this year, just talking about how much I thought the West, oh my gosh, NFC West and AFC West are playing each other this year. I was so excited. I was so happy. I was gonna freaking record and compare those games and basically see who came out the big winner. Those are going to be, that's like the freaking, what they would call it, the group of death in the World Cup, which is coming up in a few days. Yeah, World Cup. Anyway, look, it was a joke. Seriously. I mean, I wasn't joking, but it turned out to be a joke. The AFC West is horrible. The Chiefs are just running the show again. Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos are just kind of there. They're nowhere near as good as I thought they would be. All of them have been a letdown. The Chiefs, though, the one team that I thought would kind of but fall down a little bit, the Chiefs, well, they shut me up. They're dominating. And then you go over to the NFC West, and oh my gosh, Seattle is the team that's winning it. The team that I had the basement. That's crazy, right? The Cardinals are just blah. The Niners have just not performed well. The Rams have totally just fallen apart. Yeah, you guys, it has been a wild one. But in the East, ladies and gentlemen, the East is insane. I mean, absolutely insane. In case you haven't noticed, okay, and I want to point this out for you, courtesy of NFL.com. In case you haven't noticed, the current NFL playoff picture looks a little something like this. First overall seed in the AFC, got the Chiefs up there. Then it would be the Patriots at the Dolphins. Okay, We have that. Actually, we'll save that for later with a little game we're going to play. I guess I'll just play it by myself. But you guys can join along, I guess. You'll see what we're doing a little bit. We did this before. So as of right now, first overall seed in the AFC, Chiefs. Then you have the Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Jets, Bills, and Patriots. Okay, in case you didn't know, the AFC East consists of the Dolphins, the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots. And they're all in the freaking playoffs right now. Yes, I didn't like the extra week. I didn't like the extra playoff team. I know sometimes we don't like change. But ladies and gentlemen, I like it because this gives the opportunity. Because back in the day, even though the Patriots are more deserving than the Chargers, yeah, I said it, because the Chargers are on the bubble, or the Bengals, somehow, some way, one of them probably would have ended up in the playoffs, and somebody would have been, to the Patriots, wouldn't have been in. It's only the top 6 teams. But now, this is enabling the whole division, if they're deserving, to be in. And damn it, the Patriots, even though they're in the basement of the AFC East, they're more deserving than everybody else. So you know what? Why not give them a chance? I like that. And the first round bye is only one team at the top. I honestly like this better than the old system. I had a little change. I had to change to the change, but I liked it. So I guess change towards the change. But anyway, then we get on to the NFC. We have the Eagles. Okay, current number 1 overall seed. Then we have the Vikings, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Giants, Cowboys, 49ers, and on the bubble, the Washington Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know, the NFC East consists of the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, and you guessed it, the Washington Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, if the Washington Commanders win another game, I do think that, and the Niners lose one, I think they'll jump right on in over the Niners. And we're going to have, right now we have one entire division in the playoffs in the AFC East. In the AFC. And we have 3 teams from one division and one team that's literally is right there, currently is on the bubble in the NFC. That are all from the NFC East. Yeah, I didn't see this coming. I saw the NFC being like kind of a trash show. The Eagles and Cowboys are going to kind of fight it out. Eagles will probably win it, but that's it. The Commanders are going to look like crap. The Giants, that was one of the surprises of the season, along with the Jets. Yeah, go figure they play in the same stadium. Crazy, right? But yeah, I did not see that coming. I didn't see the Commanders looking decent. I didn't see the Giants looking really good, actually. None of that. I saw the Patriots, I thought they'd be okay, and they'd be in the fight. I did not see the Dolphins as strong as they are. I just kind of saw the Bills rolling over that division. The Jets, once again, big surprise. I saw them just kind of in the basement sitting there. I mean, you guys, I just didn't see none of this. That's why the NFL and sports are so awesome because, well, no matter what we say or whatever, this is all just fun in my opinion. It's just what's really, what the real deal is out there on the field. And, well, the real deal this year is very exciting, and I'm happy to say I'm wrong. I don't give a crap. I think it's fun. The West just looks crap, and yeah, the East is looking fun. So anyway, I get a little bit of coffee. Hopefully you got your coffee. Hopefully you got your goodies, your breakfast. I don't know. But Tuesday morning here. Beautiful Tuesday morning here in Southern California. It is currently 6:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:14 a.m. Eastern. So all of you over there on the East Coast, you may be at work already and tuning in. I thank you so much. A little bit of March Madness style. When the boss comes, just turn it off. Turn it back on when he leaves or when they leave, Here she leaves. But anyway, with that said, I could be your morning drive to work somewhere. I could be getting ready in the morning, depending on wherever you are. Who knows, or how early you go in, or maybe even how late you go in. It's all good. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 3 and Out. fun little introduction there. And, well, there you have it. So, let's go ahead and get on to some fun stuff and recap this week. You know, it wasn't really... This week was awesome. I really enjoyed this week. I did. But, man, there were just some games where I'm like, yeah, that basically sums up your season. You know, of course, talking to whatever season that was. My Raiders was definitely one of those. But let's start, like I said, on Thursday night. Man, the Panthers had the Falcons a couple weeks ago on the primetime face-off last week, or the palm face, as you guys know now, what they're called, if we don't have both combatants to face off. The Panthers, just, what the crap, man? I mean, it was tough. I know DJ Moore took off his helmet when they scored in the final seconds. Penalty. The kicker misses the freaking extra point. They go into overtime, and then they lose. I think that's what happened with the Falcons and the Panthers. Well, guess what? The Panthers just went out and did their thing. I mean, you know what? Damn it, it was a good win. They proved. I think they are a better team than the Falcons. They have something that's just better than the Falcons, because they should have won that game the first time around. And this one they won. They didn't win pretty handedly. They didn't win by 1,000,000 points, okay, but they won at 25-15. And overall, I just got to say hats off to PJ Walker. For those who, I mean, I don't get it. You know, when he was in the XFL playing for the Roughnecks, Houston Roughnecks, I think everyone was just freaking out. Oh my gosh, PJ Walker, he needs to be in the NFL. And now that he's in the NFL and he's playing pretty well, people are talking crap. Oh my gosh, I don't even know who this guy is, man. Really, y'all? I mean, come on, man. But regardless, you know what? Let him do his thing. And I like what he's got going over there. You know what? Yeah, they're 3-7. It's the NFL, okay? It's the NFL. It's not just PJ Walker, all right? They don't have McCaffrey no more. They decided to just let him go. Foreman has been playing well. I like Foreman. I think he's been good. You know, I do. I think he's been pretty solid. And I think right now, they just got to keep on feeding him the rock, man. He's a solid player. He's a solid running back. And he's somebody that I feel, why not just go with him? You know, yeah, they let go of McCaffrey. They're trying to get some draft picks and everything. Why not just go with this guy? He's damn good, you know? Like, let him do his thing. So I thought that was a great idea. After a while, because at first I was like, oh my gosh, I let go of McCaffrey. Yeah, but then you got to kind of understand where the position they were in and all that good stuff. So I thought that was pretty, after looking at it, you know, hindsight's 20/20. We all know that, but you know what, man? Seriously, I'm okay with that. I didn't think that was stupid at all. Now that I look at it, I think that was a pretty good acquisition there. Sorry, y'all, I'm over here shuffling around, but yeah, I thought that he was pretty solid, and he's gonna make things happen for the Niners. But as of right now, they got Foreman. And you know what? I like what they got going on with this guy. So, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Then, of course, good morning to Mr. Pierre Moss in the chat room. Good morning, sir. So the Panthers looked pretty good. And Adam also says here in the chat room that I think I saw ESPN report that Baker will start next week. Okay, and he probably will. You know, it's rightfully his team. This is where he was at. Yeah, cool. You know, they got him over there to play. Cool. You know, I hope they do have him play over there. But you know, when it comes down to it, though, let's not hate on PJ Walker. Let's not. The guy he plays pretty all right. You know what? I think he's just somebody who just got his chance, and he played pretty okay. And, you know, anybody who's like, oh my gosh, he sucked. It's like I said, once again, those people, right? They're the ones who jump on everybody every other minute, and, you know, those kind of people. So let's ignore them and just go ahead and say good job to PJ Walker, you know, with the time he's had starting. So with that said, good stuff there with good old PJ. And let's see what these Panthers can do. Look, they're probably, unless they do something incredible, we know they're not going nowhere. Okay, I think we all know that. But you know what else I know? Is that the Panthers will have a bright future if they can just, have a good draft, and if they can just, look a little bit better in the coming seasons. I do feel this team they have a lot of weapons. But yeah, so before I go too far on that, okay, so next up, the Buccaneers and the Seahawks in Germany. Guys, this was a good game. I really enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed this game a lot. My biggest takeaway from this game, other than it being the first game in Germany, was the fact that we had a football game, okay, that was honestly just really, I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was early in the morning and I was still just waking up. Like, it was like right now, basically, when it started. I enjoyed this game because, damn, it wasn't this, like, stupid blowout. It wasn't this one-sided affair. It wasn't even a defensive kind of deadlock. It was a really good, solid game. Like, I enjoyed this one. This is like a good movie to me. Like, I enjoyed this. I don't know. At the half, it was 14-0 Buccaneers. And I'm like, oh, great. It's going to be a blowout wash. Geno Smith, what the hell, whatever. But then I saw, like, in the second half, I don't know, the third quarter was kind of dead. And then in the fourth quarter, it's like, okay, Brady and the Bucs go up. And then you see these 2 touchdowns and, mid to late fourth quarter. And you know what? Like, I loved it. I thought, you know what? I really thought that the Seahawks were looking all right. I did. It just showed me that they're still looking good in the West, and they're still a pretty solid team. So let's see what they do next. This team surprised the crap out of me before, this whole season. Let's see what they continue on to do. Some pretty good games there to start this weekend. Well, there you have it. So we're going to take ourselves a short break. When we get back, we're going to dive into the rest of the Week 10 in the NFL. You're listening to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after this.
Some say that Indiana is just a flyover state. Flatlands and cornfields, barns and country roads. What if I told you Indiana is the crossroads of America? What if I told you in all other states, basketball is just basketball? In Indiana, basketball is life. Crowded high school basketball gyms on a Friday night, and every barn with a basketball rim and a frayed, worn-out net. If you're interested in the heartbeat of America, and if you're interested in sports, if you have Hoosier running through your veins, the Crossroads Pod with Aaron X is made for you. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Each and every week, the Crossroad Pod covers all of Indiana sports. The pride of the horseshoe of the Indianapolis Colts. The blue-collar gold swagger of the Indiana Pacers. The relentless pursuit of the sixth banner for the Indiana Hoosiers. The swing of the hammer of the Purdue Boilermakers. The swoop of the Cardinals of Ball State. The summoning of the echoes of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The growl of the Bulldogs of Butler. The intensity of an Indiana fever. The chop of the Indianapolis Indians. At the Crossroads Pod, if it is Indiana, we've got you covered. More than cornfields. More than country back roads. The Crossroads of America. Join me, Aaron X, every week. It's nothing but net.
Are you a fan of Buffalo sports? Are you thinking of changing loyalties and becoming a Buffalo sports fan? Do you even know where Buffalo is on the map? Did you know Canada is closer to Buffalo than New York City? Welcome to the Buffalo Huddle, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Patty Bax. This is a podcast designed for you, the passionate sports fan. I know you love your sports. Who doesn't? I cover Buffalo sports and so much more by bringing in the human elements. I call it Buffalo Sports with a Twist. Join me as we take a journey into the world of Buffalo sports. I guarantee you'll fall in love with Buffalo just like I did. Each week we start with an inspiration, question of the day, a Buffalo fun fact, and our weekly challenge to you, the listener. Come huddle up with me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time for the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Bax on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As we say in Buffalo, go Bills!
Miss Patty Bax is very optimistic about her Bills. And you know what? I think she should continue to be optimistic about those Bills because they fought. This was a different kind of a week. It really was. So, welcome back, everybody, to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yeah, this was just a crazy week. And you know what? Dang, those Bills, man. They could fight, right? I mean, I just feel like every now and then you're going to meet somebody who's going to fight you and win, or fight you and test you to your very limits. Even though you may win it, man, that was a good game. So, I don't know. I know some people are probably tripping out on me saying that the Germany game was a good one. I don't know. I just felt like I could see the Seahawks team being like the underdog that we all looked at, and we're like, yeah, they're not going to be that good. And you know what? They took on a giant, and yeah, so what? Some people may say it was garbage time or whatever, that they started, doing their thing and whatever. No, you know what? Is what it is. I like what they did, and I just think the Seahawks are going to continue to get better. So, moving on, though, to that Bills game, my gosh, it was a good one. Was it not? I mean, seriously. Bills and Vikings go head-to-head, and the Vikes, man, the freaking Vikes pulled this thing off. You have a goal line stand from the Bills. One moment, D-line gets a nasty surge, and what happens? Freaking all day, man. What do you call it? The D-line does it again, except for the opposing team this time. The Vikings defense gets a major push, major surge, causes a fumble in the end zone, and it was a touchdown. I mean, you can't script this. Vikings will end up tying the dang game. Vikings they'll force overtime, and the Bills had every chance. They went down the field and, well, it was a possible touchdown, okay? But no cigar. The defense held, they went to overtime, and the Vikings will earn it, man. How about that? 8-1 on the season. I mean, you gotta love these kinds of games, right? Unless you're Adam Karnick, who's a Bears fan, who doesn't like the rest of the NFC North. I understand why. You gotta love this kind of victory, man. The Vikings just won this one. They look good, 33-30. In this one, final score 8-1 on the season. Bills dropped to 6-3. By the way, let me go ahead and just recap everybody else who we talked about this morning already. 3-7 for the Panthers, 4-6 Falcons. Also, Buccaneers are now 5-5. Seahawks are 6-4. So there you have it. Vikings 8-1, Bills 6-3. So, moving forward, here's a game that I know Adam doesn't want to talk to. And no, I have not seen a more bizarre finish. That was just a great game. And I'm jumping out of my seat because, gosh damn it, it's just defense, man. Especially defensive line. That's what I played basically my whole life. So, I love it. It's the trenches. It's what we love to see. The big boys going to work, I love it. I thoroughly enjoy when I see these guys just go head to head with this offensive line and I love the battle. So with that said, you guys, taking a look now into this Bears-Lions game. All right. Now, can we just... can we all admit, okay, and I know, maybe not everybody will admit this, Adam Karnick, I'm just kidding, it's kind of hard, but can we all admit that the freaking Lions actually have a good team? They just don't know how to use them. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I guess it's the coaching, I guess, because... my gosh, that roster looked good. Honestly, I think that they have a pretty good roster. I think they look pretty good. They always, I don't know, they look good. At the beginning of the season, I said they will probably be in the basement, maybe third place, but they look good-ish. And, every year, it's like the Lions just continue to look like crap. And this year, it's, no exception. They still look kind of crappy, but I guess a little bit better. But you know what? I think the roster was good enough to put them in situations like this to have a chance to win it, and they did. Can we just go ahead and also talk about Fields? Fields, who, again, leads the team in passing and in rushing. 167 yards through the air, 12 for 20, okay, through 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But the dude had 13 carries. He had 13 carries! What quarterback do you know has 13 carries? You know what I mean? Or had 13 carries previously. I mean, you have to go to, McNabb or Vic. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I know Allen runs the ball and everything, but what I'm saying is Fields is dangerous, man. This guy's everywhere. This is some Jackson kind of crap, Lamar Jackson kind of crap. Look, all I got to say, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 through the air. Man, Fields is the guy in Chicago. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Goff looked a little bit, though he 19 for 26 and 236 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, you know what? Overall, you guys, I just gotta say, the Lions, they earned this one. Okay, they are now. What are they? 3-6 in the season. Chicago Bears are now 3-7. You know what? Let it just be. I'm excited for both of these teams. I really am. I thought that was a really good game, and I'll tell you right now, the Packers, they're still doing their thing. You have the Vikings who are looking strong. But, man, I mean, I kind of feel like next year, let the Lions get a little bit better. Let the Bears find a couple more weapons. We can seriously see the NFC North being all 4 teams in the playoffs next season, depending on how or what happens to the NFC East. I mean, seriously, this division is cool. I really love it. It's literally cool. It's the coldest division in the NFL, as I like to say. But overall, you guys, this was a crazy game. Lions win it 31-30, and you know what? Hats off to them for winning a tough one in Chicago. Titans and Broncos, we won't spend too much time on this one because you know what? The Broncos are there. They just haven't really put it together. They're 3-6 in the season. They just need to put it together. It's theirs. Honestly, they can make the playoffs if they really fought hard. They got Russell. They got a decent defense. The offense is all right, but they have they're better than the Raiders and the Chargers in my opinion, and that's kind of messed up to say. But I just feel like right now they're a team that could possibly be second place in the AFC West. So I just like what they got going on. And they just got to work out the kinks. The Titans, they win a tough one. 6-3 on the season now. Vrabel's the guy you want to play for. They love him. But it's just, I don't know. That division's so weird because they suck. I mean, the AFC South, it's like Titans, and then that's it. The Jaguars try to compete. Nah, they're still not that great. Sad to say, even after all of their upgrades. The Texans... well, they're the Texans right now, and they're the bottom of the barrel in the NFL, not just the division. And the Colts, I just don't see much from them this year. So really, it's just the Titans running over the division again. So the Titans need better wins than this, especially over a team like Denver, who they could honestly destroy. They had a fight with the Chiefs, last week. But I don't know. I just feel like the Titans, They need to, if they really want to bowl, man, they got to dominate these games that they should win. So, anyway, Chiefs over the Jaguars, 27-17. Speaking of those Jaguars, what a fight from these guys. We've seen sparks with the Jaguars all season, right? We've seen sparks of them moving up and fighting and taking on these tough teams. And you know what? I give them props. I do. I give the Chiefs as much props as I can. I'm sorry, the Jaguars, as much props as I can. But what's hard for me to do is to give the Jaguars a lot of props, because despite games like this where they fight solid teams, they don't win. They don't win. They're 3-7. One of those games over the Raiders. I mean, really, it's like beating a JV team in high school. Sorry, but I don't know. I just feel like the Jaguars have a pretty good team. Why are we not winning, Jaguars? You know what I mean? Like, why are we not? You can contest the Chiefs. Why are you not beating the Chiefs? You want people to take you serious. Win these big games. Win the games that no one thinks you can. But they're not. Therefore, hey, it was a good fight, 10-point game, but a loss is a loss. You know, so it's what it is. But yeah, Jaguars will tough go for them. They fall 3-7. Chiefs are now 7-2 on the season. Go Chiefs Kingdom. So next up, the Dolphins and the Browns. Another one we're not going to spend too much time on. The Dolphins, well, damn. The Dolphins looked like a team that wanted to play football, and they did play football. They looked pretty good. 39-17 over the Browns. I don't know what's going on with the Browns. It's the Browns, guys. I don't know. Everyone's talking about, Deshaun Watson coming back and everything. Well, cool, I guess. I mean, Brissett, yeah, I like him. Just can't get it done, though. And I don't know. The Browns are just struggling. They just, I don't know. They got some players, but they're not a very good team. They're just kind of bland. I don't know. I just like what I like. What I like what they got going on. Usually in the beginning of every season. And then they just continue and just start to fall apart. So, I don't know. But we'll see what happens with those Browns. Once again, they're 3-6 down the season. And the Dolphins, man, 7-3. 2 is looking good. I mean, really, the Dolphins are playing good football right now. And I love it. I love that they're in the playoffs. I love that they're just giving their fans what they deserve, what they need, what they love. And this team really is just going to be they're going to be a fun team to watch in the playoffs. I don't know how far they're going to go, but my gosh, they're going to be fun to watch. So, moving forward here, we have the Giants and Texans, and once again, a game that, yeah, the Texans can fight the Giants, but can they beat the Giants? No, they're 1-7-1. Therefore, yeah, good fight, but no contest. How about, I mean, it was, they did have a contest, but no cigar, I guess. But how about the Giants doing this, man? 7-2. The Giants are 7-2. What the hell? I mean, who would have thought this? I did not have the Giants at 7-2 right now. I did not predict what they would be week by week, but I'll tell you right now, had you asked me this back in July, I would not have had the Giants at 7-2. Okay, I'm just saying, but this, once again, is why we love the NFL so much, right? Because they shouldn't really be 7-2. Well, no, they are, actually, but like I said, when it comes to all of us and our thoughts and everything like that, well, unless you're a true diehard like Pierre Moss over here, you're not really guessing this team's going to be 7-2, and damn it, they're 7-2, so congratulations to the Giants, man. Hashtag Together Blue. I'm loving it. This team is fighting, and you know what? I love it. This guy leading the team, I'm a fan of. I've been a fan of Mr. Daniel Jones. Since he was in the what the hell's that thing called? The Senior Bowl. And of course, I love to watch Senior Bowl practice all week long. And it's crazy because when they were talking about him, they said he's working on it, or he has 2 master's degrees. I'm a big advocate for education, guys. I'm a teacher, a college professor. I love that whole deal. Soon to be teaching college. I love that. I love the fact that, I guess, I don't know. I'm all about education. I'm getting my 2nd master's right now. I don't know. I thought that was pretty awesome. So I was just a fan of his just because I'm like, hey, he's got 2 masters. He's a school kind of guy. Well, he's pretty smart, and I guess he's pretty damn good at football too. And he puts the two together, and they play pretty good. 7-2 on the season. Man, Jones is coming to his own. Barkley's balling out. Slayton, they're looking good, man. They're looking good. How about this? Good job of the Giants. 24-16 at home over the Texans. Steelers earn one over the Saints. I mean, go figure. The Saints are just bad. They beat the crap out of the Raiders in one of their 3 victories this year, but once again, is that really saying much? But the Steelers, this is saying a lot for them. Pickett looked pretty solid in this game. I mean, it wasn't the best, but 18 for 30, 199 yards. Najee Harris, 20 carries for 99 yards. Johnson, 4 receptions, 63 yards. I mean, you know what? They looked better than the Saints, I'll tell you that. It was a bizarre game, 10-10 at the half, and then just, the Steelers kind of went on after that just to score a few more points, and defense shut them down. I mean, it really is not much more to this. I just feel like the Saints need help, lots of it. And the Steelers, we knew they were a team that were going to be in a major rebuild after Big Ben left, and they were going to go try to seek their new guy, and they just happened to draft the guy everyone loved in their same exact town, playing for the Pittsburgh Panthers, for Pitt. And you know what? Some people may hate him and say, oh, well, not hate him, but not like him. Like, oh my gosh, he sucks or whatever. No, man, he's just, he's just coming to his own too. Let him do his thing. And you know what? Hey, that's a nice little victory they won in Heinz Field this past week. Anyway, Packers over the Cowboys. It's just, I always think of Aaron Rodgers when he told everybody to relax. Well, it's kind of hard to relax when you're, 4-5 on the season. You're just losing games you shouldn't be losing. And then they play the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott is back. I mean, the Cowboys are supposed to be this big thing, whoop whoop. The Cowboys didn't look, they fought, but everyone's been smacking around the Packers this year. I mean, once again, you want somebody to take you serious, Cowboys, you beat teams like this. And they didn't. And the Packers, my gosh, I don't know whether to take them serious or not. They're 4-6 now. They won this game in overtime. I don't know. Rodgers is this his last season? Is he going to step away soon? Is he going to come back and win a freaking Super Bowl next year? Is he going to rally the troops and win a Super Bowl this year? I don't know. It's Rodgers. It's weird. I've learned very, very much to just watch what I say about the Packers and or Rodgers, because he always does something crazy. And they always do something crazy. I don't know. But we'll see. At the end of the day, though, good little game right here. They go into overtime, and Rodgers is just like, yes, we got a nice little win. Screw the record, whatever. We got a half season to go. Let's play. Cowboys fall to 6-3. Packers jump to 4-6. Cowboys are, it wasn't a horrible loss, but they better get on it and not lose games like that. Because if they want to win the playoffs, if they want to win in the playoffs, well, they can't be winning like that. So, anyway, Cardinals and the Rams. This was a good game because the fact that I saw the Cardinals playing good football. 17-3 at the half. They won the game 27-17. It's safe to say the Rams are just done. There's just nothing there to celebrate. 3-6. They keep on falling. It's just pitiful, really. They don't have much of anything going for them. It's just a dumpster fire at the moment. You see McVay in the press conferences just talking about they got to change things. It's unacceptable, and it is. I feel bad for the guy. He's just coming off a Super Bowl victory, it's tough, but they're just not having a good time right now. It's tough, and they lost to division rivals, of course, the Cardinals, who are now 4-6. Rams fall to 3-6. You know what? The Cardinals have had a crappy year, too. They really have. But you know what? Wins like this, hey, at least they can hang their hat on that and see where they go. Raiders lose to the Colts. Well, the Colts looked pretty good because, you know what, they got a team full of guys who want to play for their coach. They got a team full of guys who want to win, even though the circumstances are crappy. They're 4-5-1 now after this 25-20 victory. The Raiders fall to 2-7. I would have had the Raiders at 7-2 this season. Well, at this point, I know it. Maybe even better. I don't know. So optimistic this year for this team, and there's just nothing to cheer about. It's sad. McDaniels is just I don't know. Homeboy is just, I'm not liking what I see. I am definitely, it sucked. Waller's hurt. That's a tough one. It feels like Devontae Adams is doing all the gosh damn work. Carr, I mean, I love the guy, but his decision making sometimes is just like, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry, but what's going down, bro? Josh Jacobs, sometimes he has great games. You feed him the ball. Other games, like this one, is kind of rough. He couldn't get over 100 yards on 21 carries, even though I know this guy can do that. Like, they destroyed the Texans, but then again, look at the Texans this year. So it's like, I get it. Everyone's talking about the big breakout game against the Texans for Josh Jacobs this year. That was great. But where has that been, man? Like, we need more. The offensive line can't block anybody, so maybe that's a big part of the reason. I'm just saying, there's so many issues here. This defensive line is just bad. Chandler Jones, I don't know where he is. Max Crosby has appearances every now and then and does well, but it's like he's not as consistent as I thought he would be. Do we have any linebackers? I don't know. Our secondary just, can't seem to keep people out of the end zone through the air. We just look bad, y'all, and that's all there is to it. There's nothing more to say. Raiders just look like crap. And you know what? Good for the Colts. Jeff Saturday wins his first ever NFL game, coached game. Good for you, man, and good for the Colts. Once again, 4-5-1 on the season for the Colts. The Raiders drop to 2-7, and well, let's go ahead and end off right here with these primetime games. The 49ers looked solid. You know what? I got to give them that. They fought well. And it was a tough one. It was, because the Chargers weren't going to make it easy despite all their injuries. This is just an injury-prone game. I had these two teams extremely good at this point in the season. I'm sure. Once again, had we have done records for this part of the season. But I just had both these teams doing really good. Therefore, at the start of the season, I would have had them pretty good by the middle of the season. Wrong. Injuries, a lot of crap's happened to them, but you know what? It's not too late to turn things around. We're going to see what goes on with these two teams. But as of right now, 22-16, Niners earn a very good game over the Chargers at home, and you know what? Good for them. Jimmy G looked pretty all right. I mean, they're playing football over there in Frisco right now, and they're doing everything they can to just stay in the playoffs. Chargers, I mean, I know the injury bug bit them bad, but we're going to see. We're going to see what this Chargers team is made of coming up. I mean, I still think they look pretty good, even with all their injuries. And they got guys coming back slowly, so we'll see. But Niners win this one at home, 22-16 on Sunday Night Football. Once again, Chargers drop to 5-4. Niners will rise to 5-4. And then last night was crazy. Undefeated no more. The Commanders, I mean, you gotta love it, man. It was just a great game for them. Unfortunately, it seemed like everything it was Murphy's Law. Okay, it was. Before I even say it was Murphy's Law for the Eagles. I mean, my goodness, nothing went right for them. We had fumbles and this crap happening. And the Commanders took advantage of all of that. So congratulations to them. And then the very, very, very end, the Eagles are over here trying to throw the ball around, doing the lateral schoolyard bull crap, as you heard, and not exactly those words, as you heard, the longest yard. But guess what? They did that a little too much, and Casey Toolhill will pick that sucker up in the end zone and score, scoop and score and score a touchdown as time expired. And, what would have been a little bit less of a score. Nope, it's now 32. I think it was 26-30 of 21. Nope, now it's 32-21. Good for those Commanders. They earn one on the road. Shutting down those Eagles, man. They were going, that was the first ever 8-0 start in history for the Philadelphia Eagles. No cigar, no 9-0, but hey, they made history, and you know what? That was pretty damn good. That was a pretty good game, and I thought the Commanders played very, very, very well. I didn't think it was going to be that good of a game. I was like, it's probably going to be a good fight, because the Commanders, it's a rivalry, all that good stuff. But I did not see the Commanders winning this game. And they did, so congratulations, man. What a great game. What a great season so far, right? So moving on to this week, we have so many good games to get to, and of course the playoff picture to take a look at. When we come back, y'all, we're going to take a look at these games. I'll give you my picks for this week, and then we're going to take a look at the playoff picture and play a little game, of course. If the playoffs would start tomorrow. It's a fun little game we like to play here on, I think, throughout IE Sports Radio. So with that said, you are listening to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio. Your directly for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Rate, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy awesome white tea. We're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, everybody? This is Darren Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Alright, y'all. Well, it's about time for them picks. Okay. Before we do this, I just gotta tell you, this has been a crazy season, man. I am thrilled with the season we've had. I really am. I think this year has been just awesome. I like it. It's cool when it goes the way you thought it would, because you're like, hey, I know my stuff, cool. But then when it doesn't go the way you thought it would, it's still kind of cool, because you're like, oh man, there's some surprises. So it's kind of cool either way. And this year, like I said, this season was nothing like I thought it would be. And I don't know, it's something fun. It really is, and I love it. I think it's great. So we're going to play a little game coming up in a few seconds here. And after I make my picks, called if the playoffs were to start tomorrow. And we're going to talk about who would possibly win this thing at the moment. Like all of it. It's fun to do. Changes from week to week. Maybe I should write this down. But anyway, we go ahead and picks. Thursday Night Football, Titans and Packers. Let's be real. The Titans, they need to win games like this, especially if the Packers aren't doing that great. The Packers are fighting for everything they possibly can fight for right now. This, to me, is going to be a hell of a game. Aaron Rodgers is going to rally these guys, man. They're going to fight like hell. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to actually go with the Packers in this one. Why? Because show us something, Tennessee. Show us something. You have a pumped-up Aaron Rodgers right now. I don't know. Show us something. Show us something. They want to take you serious? Show us something. I know it's maybe not the best right now for the Packers. It is, but they need every win they can get. They need to stay looking good. Show us something, Titans. Show us something. So I'm going to go Packers. I got Packers here by 3 points. I'm going to take the Packers. Yeah. Next up, we have here on the Sunday, no early game in Europe this week, but we do have Bears and Falcons. Hey! I'm just going to give it to you like this. The Falcons are pissed off after last week. The Bears are pissed off after last week. This is going to be a really good game. It's in Atlanta. I really want the Bears to win. I don't know if they will. I'm going to take the Falcons on a slim margin, but oh my gosh, if the Bears, I just feel like they have the team to do it. We'll see though. But I'm going to go with the safer pick, in my opinion. The Falcons got a little bit more than they do right now. Let's see. Bills and Browns. Yeah, they favor the Bills here by 9.5 points. That's fair. That's very fair. So, yeah, Bills all day in this one. Philadelphia taking on the Colts. The Eagles just lost their first game of the season. They're not too happy about this. The Colts, well, you know the Colts story. I'm not going to go over it again. They have the Eagles by 7.5 points. I think that's very fair as well. Give me the Eagles. Jets and Patriots. Oh, man, this is going to be a good game. But let's not forget it's Bill. And, well, the Patriots, I think, are kind of gelling at the right time. They have the Patriots here by 3 points. I think that's very fair as well. Give me the Patriots as well. Next up, Saints and Rams. Oh, this is going to be good because both teams aren't that good. They have the Saints here by 3 points. You know what? Give me the Rams. Why? Because they're both falling apart right now. And if the Rams have anything in the tank, they will win this damn game. The Saints are just kind of falling apart more and more by the week. So are the Rams. But it's like, this is the Rams didn't win the Super Bowl last year. I mean, sorry, they did. The Saints didn't win the Super Bowl last year. It was the Rams. Show us something, Rams. I want to see it. So they have the Saints here by 3. I'm going to go the Rams by a thin margin. Next up, we have the Giants and the Lions. You know, the Lions need to win games like this. I don't think they are this week. Give me the Giants. But these are the games that the Lions need to win for everyone to take them serious. They have the Giants by 3.5 points. I think that's fair as well. Give me the Giants. Next up, we have the Panthers and the Ravens. Hey, it's the Ravens coming out, getting ready to ball this week. They're 6-3. And then you got the Panthers, who are, you know, they're scrappy, but I just don't see this one here going in their favor. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. They got them by 12. I think that's very fair as well. Next up, Commanders and Texans. There's nothing to talk about. Give me the Commanders. They have the Commanders by 3. I think it'll probably be by more. We have the Cowboys and Vikings this week, and they have the Cowboys by 1 point. I don't understand that. Give me the Vikings by a touchdown. The Cowboys can fight. The freaking Vikings just knocked off the Bills. Are you for real? ESPN, anyway. Yeah, so we'll see. Then we have the Raiders and Broncos. Of course, I'm going to pick my stupid team, but yeah, 2-7 Raiders, 3-6 Broncos. Denver's favored by 2.5 points. I don't know. Give me the Raiders, but don't be surprised if the Broncos win that one. Bengals at 5-4, Steelers at 3-6. Overall, let's just be real. The Bengals are very good. Just kidding. The Steelers are very good. Just kidding. No, look. This is two teams right here that are just. The Bengals, for some reason, have Super Bowl hangover, and they didn't even win it. And the Steelers, man, I just don't get it. I'm sorry. They have the Steelers favored by, the Bengals favored by 5 points, and I'm sorry for saying that. I do get it with the Steelers. They're rebuilding, they're doing it, but I don't get it with the Bengals. And yeah, they're probably going to win this game, but give me the Steelers for the upset. Give me the Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers in this one by a thin margin because why not? Then we have Sunday Night Football, Chiefs and Chargers. Okay, the Chiefs are playing out of their mind. The Chargers are just banged up. Give me the Chiefs. They got them by 7. Yeah, that's very fair. Then we have the Niners and the Cardinals next Monday night. I don't see this going any other way. I want to pick the Cardinals. I want to, but it's just so hard. Maybe my mind will change. I don't know. But give me the Niners, a safe pick right now. They have the Niners by 8 points. Yeah, I think the Niners will win that game. So, all right. A little bit of a cool little game here. Once again, if the playoffs were to start tomorrow. Okay, so at the moment, we have here in the AFC, once again, the Chiefs have the first overall seed. So, in the AFC, the Patriots would fly over to Miami. Overall, I don't know how that would really go any other way. I love it. I think Bill is the man, but I think the Dolphins could actually make this happen. They have a knack for beating the Patriots, especially at home. I got to go with the Dolphins in this one. Then we would have the Bills heading on over to take on the Titans. I just can't help it. I'm going Bills in this one. I'm sorry. Even though the Titans are solid, I just can't go any other way than the Bills right now. I'm sorry. I'm just going to pick them. Then we have the Jets and the Ravens. Again, the Jets are solid, but I just feel like the Ravens would have their number. So moving forward, the lowest seed would be the Bills heading on over to take on the Chiefs. In that case, give me... Oh, this is so hard. But I just feel like they have something in them. Give me the Bills to beat the Chiefs and upset the number 1 overall seed. Okay? Then we have here, as I mentioned, the Ravens moving forward. Look, guys, this is a tough one for me just because, well... I don't know. I just feel like right now. So who did I have? I'm sorry. So I had Patriots beating the Dolphins. Dolphins move forward. Okay, so that means the Dolphins and the Ravens would be going head to head. Look, I like these Dolphins. I do, but I feel like in the crunch, man, the Ravens are going to make it happen. So I'm going to go Ravens in this game. And moving forward, there we have it. Okay. After this, in the AFC Championship game, it's the Ravens hosting the Bills. Guys, it's just the fight in them right now. I'm going to go with the damn Bills. I think that's going to be that would be a very good game. And I'm going to go Bills representing the AFC right now in the Super Bowl. In the NFC, we have the number 7 seed, the Niners, heading on over to take on the Vikings. Then we have the Cowboys, number 6 seed taking on the number 3 seed, Seattle Seahawks. And then the number 5 seed Giants taking on the number 4 seed, Buccaneers. Okay. Niners head on over to Minnesota, and just I don't see that happening. I got the Vikings going in that one. The Dallas Cowboys headed on over to Seattle. As good as that game might be, give me Seattle. That's just it. Give me Seattle. Then we have here the Giants taking on the Buccaneers. Call me absolutely insane. This would be an upset I'm willing to say, like, you know what? I think they can do it. Give me the freaking Giants. Call me crazy. That's fine. I am absolutely... no, I can't. It's Tom. It's hard. It really is. But I think Tom and the Bucs would go. All right. I wanted to go with it, but I just had to change my mind. All right. So, next up, lowest seed would go to take on the highest seed. Of course, I said that the Cowboys would lose to Seattle, so that would be the Buccaneers heading on over to take on the Eagles, in which I think the Eagles just take them to lunch. That'll be about it. And then the Seahawks taking on the Vikings, where I feel this would be another really good game, like the Seahawks and Cowboys, but the Vikings squeak this one. And I think we have number 1 versus number 2 right now. I really do. I think we'd have the Eagles taking on the Vikings in the NFC Championship, and this would be a really good game. I feel like the Eagles would wake it up and they would ball out at this point in time as much as possible. The Vikings would turn it on. We might have another game looks at the Bills and Vikings. We might. It might be everybody would be like, oh my gosh, what a rematch from earlier this season. But I don't see it. It would be a good one, but I would have to take for sure. In this one, I would have to take the Eagles. And I would go Eagles and Bills right now. The two, no, I know, right? I know. So cliche, right? Number 1 seeds going head to head in the Super Bowl, and at the moment, as good as they've been, I guess, like, I don't know if the Eagles would have enough, man. The Bills would be riding on history. I mean, I don't know. I gotta pick the Bills right now, okay? If I gotta pick somebody, Eagles and Bills, I'm going with the Bills. But you know what? It's been fun, and well, let's see if it changes next week. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun one. Went a little bit over on time, but who cares? Like I said, it's a fun little game I like to play. Maybe I'll post this up on Twitter in a little bit on the 3 and Out account. Make sure to follow us at 3 and Out, IESR, 3 and Out, all spelled out, IESR. You can follow me or brother Larry B at the THEE_LB53. Show us some love, y'all. Give us a follow. Definitely get follow backs. Follow us all around the network at IE Sports Radio, all over the internet. We are everywhere. and show us some love. We're all over social media, and we enjoy talking our sports. So make sure to show us some love there. Thank you to all of our Patreons, y'all. Mrs. Parsons, Bay Area Apparel, Anonymous, and Marcus Los Great. We thank you guys all so much for showing us love and helping us out every week. Thank you to everybody tuning in every week and just making IE Sports Radio happen. As I always say, big ups to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Big ups to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for without him nothing is possible. And of course, big ups to all of you listeners out there, for without you guys, IE Sports Radio is not possible. Thank you guys all so very much for being here today and showing us some love and being a part of this thing. We really appreciate you. We're really excited for what's to come, and we know that we're just going to keep building more shows coming up, more great things here at IE Sports Radio. We have a stacked deck here today at IE Sports Radio. I'm just the start. Coming up today, from 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time all the way to 8 p.m. 4 hours, you guys. That is 7, of course, to 11, if you will, on the East Coast. The Buffalo Huddle. Patty will be talking about them Bills. Oh, what a tough loss for those Eagles. Well, we have Cash and Chris talking about them. So the Buffalo Huddle coming up today at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Then we have Philadelphia Sports Talk at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if I said Central on the last one, my apologies, but 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Buffalo Huddle. After that, we have Philly Sports Talk, of course, with Cash and Chris. After that, we have the Neutral Zone, plenty of hockey coming up with Mr. Adam Karnick and Mr. Zachary Puplis. And then end the night talking Raiders and Vegas sports with the one and only Mr. Cale Henderson. So, great stuff here today, y'all. Plenty to talk about tonight with our sports. And, well, that's how we start it. That's how we start our Tuesday, y'all. With that said, that will do it. It has been a great one. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, y'all, take care. And as always, God bless.